Do you believe in evil? Well, Giuseppe DiMarco has a story that might make you think twice. In the heart of Montville, New Jersey, there lies an old cemetery, a relic from the 1700s, where Giuseppe and his friend Jeff decided to embark on a chilling adventure. The cemetery, steeped in centuries of history, carries an eerie aura that would make even the bravest heart skip a beat. Within this vast expanse of the dead, a particular plot enclosed by an old iron fence caught their attention. They decided to conduct their investigation there, a decision that would forever haunt them. Armed with their cameras and EVP recorders, they ventured into the iron-gated plot. As the shutter clicked and the recorders echoed the silence, they found themselves delving deeper into the mysterious atmosphere. The photographs they captured painted an unsettling picture dotted with orbs and what seemed like an arm suspended in midair. Meanwhile, their EVP sessions were filled with sounds that made their blood run cold. A woman's moan, a demonic growl, and the cacophonous screams of men and women, akin to a torture chamber from a bygone era. The air was thick with an unnerving energy, the kind that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand on end. Yet they felt a sense of accomplishment, having gathered such compelling evidence. But as they stepped into the iron-gated plot, they were struck by a sickening feeling in their stomachs, a sensation so intense that it stopped them in their tracks. They looked at each other, their eyes wide with shock. It was a realization that they might have stirred something malevolent, something that had lain dormant for centuries. As they retreated from the cemetery and reviewed their evidence, they couldn't shake off the feeling that they had encountered something truly malevolent. And this was just the beginning of Giuseppe's chilling encounter. Their investigation took a terrifying turn when they decided to enter the iron-gated plot. As Jeff courageously took 5 steps into the historically significant plot, he abruptly halted. His hand instinctively clutched his stomach as a wave of nausea washed over him. He turned to Giuseppe, his face pale and his eyes wide with a fear that words couldn't express. Giuseppe, concerned, asked what was wrong, only to be met with Jeff's description of a sickening feeling that had suddenly gripped his gut. Thinking it was a mere joke, or perhaps a trick of the mind, Giuseppe decided to test the waters himself. As he stepped into the plot, a sense of dread enveloped him. His stomach churned with the same sickening feeling that Jeff had described. It was as if an invisible force was warning them, pushing them away from the plot. Their hearts pounded in their chests as the iron gate behind them seemed to grow more ominous. They both shared a look of understanding. It was more than just a gut feeling. It was a visceral reaction to something malevolent that had taken place on this very soil many years ago. The air around them was heavy with a history of pain and suffering, a past that the land remembered and was desperate to communicate. They were standing on ground that echoed with the chilling cries of the past, and their bodies were reacting to the remnants of an evil that had once been prevalent here. The overwhelming sense of dread was too much to bear. They decided to retreat, leaving the iron-gated plot behind them. As they walked away, the feeling of nausea gradually subsided, but the fear, the gut-wrenching fear, stayed with them. As they combed through the pictures and EVP recordings later that night, they couldn't shake off the eerie feeling that had gripped them in the plot. They were left with an unsettling question. What had happened in that plot many years ago? Intrigued and terrified, Giuseppe had an idea to bring another person to the iron-gated plot. Enter Sam, an unsuspecting participant, fresh-faced and new to the world of the paranormal. Guided by the eerie glow of the moon, Sam stepped into the plot, unknowingly walking into an invisible wall of malevolence. The moment his foot crossed the threshold, he froze in place, much like Giuseppe and Jeff had done. His hand instinctively clutched his stomach, his face twisted in discomfort. He looked at Giuseppe and Jeff, his eyes wide with confusion and fear, and he uttered a breathless, "What the hell?" This unsettling sensation clung to Sam, a nauseating reminder of his encounter. For the next 2 days, he vowed never to venture into the paranormal again. The memory of that sickening feeling etched deep within him. Sam, a novice to the paranormal scene, was left with a chilling experience that he would never forget. Giuseppe's encounter serves as a chilling reminder of the unseen dangers that lurk in the shadows. The old cemetery in Montville, New Jersey was more than just a quiet resting place. It was a hotbed of paranormal activity that left Giuseppe, Jeff, and even the unsuspecting Sam with a chilling sense of dread. Their experiences, from the unsettling orbs to the horrifying EVP sessions, were not for the faint-hearted. They found themselves in the midst of a paranormal whirlwind, a touch of evil that left a nauseating feeling in their stomachs. This tale is not just about three men's eerie encounter. It's a warning for all those curious souls who are drawn to the mysteries of the unknown. The paranormal world is not a playground. It's a realm filled with unseen dangers and chilling surprises. Dabble into the paranormal if you dare. You might get more than what you bargained for.